Hey y'all, this is Cindy. I'm the Tireless Tangler, and you've arrived at day 68 of the 100 Days of Zentangle Project 2019. Thank you so much for being with me today. Today's tangle is Pax by Christine Reyes from Pennsylvania, and we're going to explore it together right now. Pax is reminiscent of cadent a little bit. So cadent is formed with these little circles, and you do this number between them and then join them with the S going the other way. This one is a little bit similar to that, although it's more like Huggins to me, but that's just me. So you want to make your little dots, and then in this Pax you're going to echo them, and that wasn't a very good example, but one of them is going to be that way anyway. So sort of Huggins it and then echo it. So that's what we're going for over here. All right, and today I thought I'd play on black a little bit. This is an inexpensive black, very smooth weight pad. I will put a link for all of these tools in the description. As always, I try to always put links in the description for everything that I use. Don't always remember, but I try to. I also thought I would give some tips on using jelly roll pens. I will say, as far as jelly rolls go, these are my go-tos for drawing on black. I have found through many cheap sets of jelly roll pens that really, for going on smoothly, this is very nice. But it is also very dependent on the pen itself, and how it's running is also very dependent on the surface paper that you are using. And no gel pen is perfect, and even Sakura pens, which this is one, will also skip depending on your surface. One really good black surface to use with jelly rolls is the apprentice tiles from Zentangle. I love working on black with those. Let's see if this one will work. Nope. Okay. Sorry, I've got a pile here. So the other go-to in the work on black family is this one, which is the Uniball Signo, and this is the angel hair one, the really small nibbed pen that they have. This one also flows fairly well. And again, is dependent on the pen, how well it flows, the surface of paper that you're working on. You can see the jelly rolls tend to be just a little bit more vibrant in their color, but you can go over them each, you know, to bump that up a little bit. So they each are decent pens, but I would warn you that none of the gel pens are perfect. Sakuras go on really beautifully smoothly. This one is not the big, large nibbed pen. I've been trying to see if I have one of those. No, that's a small one again. I would love to show you how that looks compared to the number 10. So we'll save that comparison for a different time. But this is the angel hair version of the Uniball, and it's fairly consistent with the 08 in the jelly roll by Sakura. So let's work on Pax today. One thing I wanted to mention with gel pens is that they are water soluble. I think I've mentioned that before. And I put down some of my, on this I use Sakura Moonlight, and I'm using an aqua brush. And these are water soluble. and you can spread the color in this manner. Also, if you use glitter pens or wish you could put a little sheen on everything, but if you're like me, the glitter pens aren't vibrant enough color-wise, and also spread a little sheen over what you use. And you can get the Stardust. These are Sakura Stardust that I'm using here. And you can just lay down some, let's see if I can get that to sparkle a little bit so you can see. But if you ever want to lay down a light sparkling, see a little bit of the sparkle there, of color or non-color, because they have colorless glitter pens, you can do that with a gel pen or a water brush and spread that out and do whatever you want. If you use color gel pens, that works with as well, and you can like layer the color, have one color at one end and one color at the other, and use the aqua brush to mix them, so that all of that is really a lot of fun. One other thing you can do is if you have one of these type things, water brush pens, these are really nice. They come pre-colored, but you can use any type you want. You can also use those over gel pen. I don't know if this is going to give you much color to look at. Should have chosen a different color maybe. But you can color with brush pens right over your gel and end up with a gel pen version of that. If you see, I'm trying to think if I have a different color here. You can also use markers over gel. This is a Sharpie. So anytime you want something to show up on black, you can put gel pen under it and go over it with something else. Alcohol markers work, water-based markers work, and you can just make it whatever you want. And so this is a very versatile thing. I don't use black. For some reason lately I've been on a non-black kick. But anyway, so, okay, that's the end of the gel pen section. Let's get back to this tangle. Okay, packs. Pack starts with a small circle. And you're going to put 4 circles around that in sort of an X. Okay, like an X, like a 5 on the side of a dice. Then you're going to fill in, think circle here, each of these gaps. You're going to place these circles slightly outside of your existing 4 so that you have a circle inside a bunch of circles. How many are there here? 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay? Now, very much like Huggins, you're going to want to, as they say in Zentangle, take off and land, meaning follow the existing line where you are, take off from there, come in for a landing, follow your existing line. All right? And repeat. When you do your takeoff and landing, you tend to get nice line consistency. I'm going to skip that one and come back. Just take off and land. Now I want you guys to be turning your tile or paper, whatever you're working on, so that you've got a comfortable spot for your hand. I'm going to try to draw this from a stationary position simply for the camera angle. Okay, now we are going to want to echo these lines. So I want you to take off and land the exact same way, but leave a little bit of space this time as you come around. Make that curve a little bit bigger. And repeat. Now, tip for you guys. Keep a scratch paper or tissue or your finger or palm or something. You can see this is how I restart my gel pens. They work really well restarting on skin, so that's what I tend to do. You may do any of the following. I tend to walk around with gel pen marks all over my hand. So you choose what you want to do. But you want that handy because with each stroke you're going to build up white residue on the tip of your gel pen. And so as you make your strokes, as that builds up, then you're going to get these white clumps. And so to avoid that, with each stroke, well, that was sort of a triple echo, wasn't it? With each stroke, then you want to, clean it by rolling it in this fashion on paper or your finger or whatever you got there. Paper towels would work, tissues work. That skin works particularly well. Just saying. Alright, I'm going to try to do these that are bad angles for me as I am the best I can. But this is what we have after this step. Alright. Now, Linda Farmer in her article about this on Tangle Patterns mentioned that steps 3 and 5 sort of flummoxed her. So let's see if I can explain these clearly. I didn't struggle with those steps, but I can see how they might be difficult for some people. Here's what you want to do. You're going to make another row if you want to continue this out, and this tangle does, it's sort of a spiral tangle that grows out in circles. And so what you want to do is you want to put another row of dots that is directly, what is that, perpendicular? Directly out, north, whatever direction we're doing, of this dot right here. So each one of these dots, you want to follow the angle from center out. Whoops, that did not end up in the right place. Center out. Yeah. And you're just going to want to continue like this with another row. So that this is where we're at. Okay, sorry about the light. Every time I put my hand in it out, it readjusts. Makes it hard. So now we're going to connect here, and we're going to go the opposite direction of what we did on the first set. So as per Huggins, if you will think about this as Huggins, in Huggins you connect them one way and then you turn around and connect them the other way, right? And so the difference here is we're just going to echo that line like that. Yeah. And you can see this can be neat and tidy, or it can be wild and crazy. For me, it's just, it's whatever you get that day. You learn to roll with it. Now my pen is getting kind of goopy here because I have not been regularly cleaning the tip off. And immediately when it starts gooping up on you, you want to clean that tip. So this step is to just go around this and fill them all in the opposite direction. And then echo them. Yes. And don't get confused by the direction, because if you can see, there's really only one way you can do that with this other existing one here. You have to go over this way. You can't go this way, right? You have to go this way. You can't go this way. So just follow what the pattern gives you. Now, working on black can take a lot of patience. I honestly don't know how people do it regularly. I used to do it a lot more than I do now. There are things you can do to mitigate some of your opportunities. So this is the next row of packs. It's an interesting little pattern. Now, you can take these out by simply continuing with your straight line with your circles. And you can make these as long and continuous as you like. Now, if I were on black and white, I would shade. Let me find my cheap charcoal pencil. We'll have a word about that here in a second. The word is don't buy cheap charcoal pencils. I bought this in a set of 12 on Amazon. I do not recommend them. They break and they don't have a smooth roll-on at all. I highly recommend the white pencils by General. White charcoal pencils by General. If you have trouble finding those, let me know. I can get them, I believe I can get them from Zentangle in bulk, and I can always sell them to you guys, you know, by the pairs or however you want to get them. So just let me know if you want some of those, and I can finagle that for you. So for black, as I would with black and white, well, that didn't make sense. Bear with me, guys. My brain is going. You're going to want to handle the charcoal basically the same way you would a pencil. You lay it down, you blend it in. You know, if you need a second row or second layer, you do that. Give it a little depth there. Well, once again, my iPad gave out at the end of this video, and so I'm going to have to just show you my progress on the pattern, and hope that I will see you tomorrow for day 69. Thank you so much for your understanding and for joining me. I appreciate you all so much.